Earlier this morning, the Transportation Department held the first ever National Autonomous Vehicle Safety Forum. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy joins me now. Sir, what's this all about? Regulations to make driverless cars safer?
Hey, Stuart, good to see you. Been a long time. So yeah, here at DOT, we want to make sure we have the right regulatory structure to meet the innovation that's happening, not just in America, but around the world. And so we want to drive safety, but also allow those innovators to innovate. We want the next generation of vehicles, which are going to be autonomous, to be American-made. We don't want to see these as Chinese-made, Chinese technology. We want an American technology. And so we're having a forum today. A lot of, you can see maybe behind me, a lot of our top innovators from Waymo, Zoox, Tesla are here. And we're going to have a day-long conversation about, again, how we can have the right rule set to keep our safety mandate, but also allow them to continue to innovate.
I mean, you wouldn't want to say that driverless cars are unsafe at this moment, would you?
No. Listen, if it wasn't safe, we would shut it all down. Like, safety is the #1 mission. But again, you're having this evolution in technology, which is absolutely remarkable. And Stuart, like, we have rules, like you need in a car to have a steering wheel. You need a gas pedal and a brake pedal. Yeah. Like, that's a rule. But if you have an autonomous vehicle, do you need a steering wheel or gas pedals or windshield wipers? So we have to rethink some of our requirements, especially for the autonomous vehicles, which will allow them to bring down price, maintain the safety structure, but again, move forward and be competitive with the rest of the world.
Yeah, I'd feel safer with a steering wheel in the vehicle, I must confess. Sean, you've announced a new advanced...
Well, Stuart, we're of a different vintage. We like to drive, actually. I'm not the autonomous type guy, but these young people, they love this stuff. And even old people, you know, if you can't drive yourself, these vehicles will move people who've lost the ability to get behind the wheel and take control themselves.
Sean Duffy, you're talking about me. I could use one of these things, and that's a fact. There you go. Now,
I'm not talking about you, Stuart.
Okay. You've announced, I'm interested in this, you've announced a new advanced electrical vertical takeoff and landing pilot program, eVTOLs. Is this the future of air travel?
So yeah, it is. So think, for your viewers, think, you know, we all know what a drone looks like. These are the massive human drones, an eVTOL. And so we've set up a number of different pilot areas where we are allowing companies to deploy their technology, only 1 or 2 at a time, but they're going to move people, they're going to move products, they can be used for emergency response. But we want data at the FAA in these pilot programs to then be able to move forward with these eVTOLs. But Stuart, the way air travel is going to change in the future, these are much quieter and they're much safer than a traditional helicopter, and they're way cheaper. And so, yeah, the way people move, by the way, Stuart, the most innovative stuff is happening at DOT. Today, again, we're talking about autonomous vehicles. Right. We're talking about eVTOLs, moving people differently through the air. We have drone technology that will bring you a cup of coffee or your Uber Eats or your Amazon package. A lot of really innovative things are happening in transportation, and it's our job to make sure we get those rules right and be able to test these products, and that's what the eVTOL rule is that we announced yesterday. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to change the world.
I know that TSA does not fall under your transportation department, but we do have long lines at TSA checkpoints at airports across America. We're now looking at 3 hours to get to the airport, 3 hours early for a domestic flight, 4 hours for an international flight. The TSA is in its 4th week without a paycheck. When is this going to end? When is Senator Schumer going to pony up the money?
Stuart, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, really.
I mean, we're in a war with Iran. Joe Biden let thousands, millions of people into this country. We don't know who they are. Now more than ever, we need to fund the Department of Homeland Security. And when you talk about the TSA agents, I live this, and you and I talked about it with our air traffic controllers in the last Democrat shutdown. But the fact that you have TSA agents, they don't make a lot of money, Stuart. They can't go without, you know, multiple paychecks and think they can pay their mortgage, pay their rent, put food on the table. And so they make different choices to just care for their families. It's unacceptable. Chuck Schumer has to get off the political bandwagon and start being on the American bandwagon and funding the Department of Homeland Security. It's outrageous, actually. And everyone who stands in that line, they should all call or email Chuck Schumer's office. Say, get this done, Chuck. Enough of me having a 3 or 4 hour wait just to get on a flight with one of our great American airlines.
Got it. Sean Duffy, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for being with us this morning, Sean, and we'll see you again soon.